I'm Marty, and welcome to Beyond the Yellow. Yes, welcome back, everyone, and welcome to, something a little bit new. If you've been with me for a while, you'll notice things look a little bit different, which, if you're listening to a podcast, probably won't make too much sense. The podcast itself that you've known as the Marty Mariner Show is now called Beyond the Yellow, or as you'll hear me call it quite a fair bit, BTY. Now, before anyone starts thinking, hang on, what's going on here? Let me reassure you of one or two things. First of all, I'm still here and I'm still doing a podcast that's on YouTube, as well as a number of podcasting different channels. The stories, the conversations, the chats, the chinwags, the opinions, the occasional questionable reference, the Mariners perspective that you've come to know me for, well, they're not going anywhere. But over the last couple of years, something's become a little bit more clear to me. This podcast was growing beyond what it was originally meant to be. What began as a platform centered around the Central Coast Mariners was becoming a platform centered around more ideas, more conversations, more experiences, and different connections. I found myself wanting to talk to more people, explore different topics, hear different perspectives. Create something that wasn't limited just by being a Central Coast Mariners channel. And that's where BTY comes in. Now, for me, Beyond the Yellow is about looking beyond what's familiar. It's about curiosity. It's about growth. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone and being open to conversations that they might challenge us. They might inspire us. They might educate us. They might make you laugh. Here's hoping every now and then, because let's be honest, life gets pretty boring if we stay in the same lane forever. Now, I want to say a genuine thank you to everyone who has supported the Marty Mariner Show. Without that particular chapter, there is no BTY. The Marty Mariner Show gave me more confidence, experiences, friendships, opportunities, and most importantly, a community of watchers and listeners that I genuinely appreciate. You help build the foundation, whether watching, listening on Facebook, Instagram, all of it. But this next chapter is simply building on top of that. So if you're a long-term listener, watcher, thank you for sticking around. Really, really appreciate you. And if this is your first time tuning in, listening, watching, welcome. You've joined right at the beginning of something I believe is going to be quite exciting. Moving forward, you'll still get plenty of Mariner stuff. No reason why that won't be happening, interviews, all that sort of thing. Trust me, you're not getting rid of the Marty Mariner that easily. Sorry. But you're also going to get some different conversations, some new guests, some new perspectives, some new stories, and an opportunity to explore topics that go well beyond anything that I've covered on this channel before. Because BTY isn't about replacing what came before. It's about expanding it. It's about taking everything that we've built so far, and asking, I guess, one simple question: what's beyond the horizon? What's further down the track? And hopefully together we're going to find out. So wherever you're listening to the show right now, whether you're driving or working or training or relaxing at home or pretending to work while listening to a podcast, not me, boss. I appreciate you being here. I really, really do. This is a fresh chapter. It's a different vision. that I want the channel to be in. This is Beyond the Yellow, and it's still going to be some Mariner stuff, yes. Just going to be some extra stuff around it as well. So, without further ado, let's get on to our first show as the rebrand, as Beyond the Yellow, and what a cracker it's going to be. It's time for the World Cup. Alrighty, so World Cup prediction time. Now, there are so many teams in the World Cup this year. It's like I struggle to think of a country that is not in the World Cup at the moment. It is crazy time. There are that many groups. It took me literally hours to go through all the groups and put them all in as I have. So, look, there's a lot of teams in there. So I'm not going to go through in depth. I watched a YouTube channel the other day that went through group by group by group and result, and it was 3.5 hours. If I started doing that now, the World Cup would be over by the time we started. So I wanted to change it up a little bit. We like to have a little bit of fun on this channel, as you well know. And I called up a few friends and asked for their opinions and realized real quick that they didn't have a clue. So I thought, look, I need someone who's going to be direct, be quick, be to the point, I can bounce ideas off and throw things at it and see what comes back. ChatGPT came to my rescue. Yes, I had some thoughts. I've had some input. Be interesting to see how this is all going to work out, because it's out there for the taking. I'm not going to go through every group in detail. What I've got is I've got the actual group, and then I've got where they're going to finish on the table. So I'm not going to go through results, but you'll see it all together. But having a bit of fun here. Don't hate me for it. Might be some varying reasons why they're in these particular orders. But we're going to have a bit of fun with it, because I'm not going to do a 3.5 hour episode on the World Cup, because you wouldn't listen to it. You wouldn't watch it. You'd be asleep. Maybe that's what you want to do. Put your podcast on, fall asleep. Anyway, Marty, stop rambling. Let's throw me over to the side of the screen and kick it off. Group A. Group A. Mexico, the hosts. One of the hosts. There's 3 hosts this year too. Crazy as that. South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia. Now, look, I found this really tough, because, and a lot of the groups are like this. They're unknowns, and that is what I love about the World Cup. Back in the day, I think it was Roger Miller with Cameroon, and everyone, they followed their own country, but then they followed Cameroon because they were, causing upsets, and great football team. I think it was probably, that birth of the African nations that were coming through was around that time. So, look, you can never discount any team in the World Cup. Upsets are there for the making. And look, some of the teams have not had very impressive lead-ups. So we're going to try and take that into account a little bit, and then maybe totally ignore it. How's that for some detailed analysis for your podcasting and YouTube watching, listening, both? But in this one, I've got one of the hosts going through Mexico, and I put South Korea. Look, Son Heung-min still out there doing his thing. Love you, Sonny. I think it's going to come down to the result between those teams in the middle there to see who goes through. But don't forget too, third place qualifiers go through as well, because there's that many teams. They're going to have so many teams come through. So don't lose faith. So if I put your team down as third, just hold the thought. Hold that. Yeah, just hold the thought. So Mexico and South Korea going through for me in Group A. Group B, another host. 3 in total. Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland going head-to-head in Group B. Look, this may be a bit of an upset. I think they play some decent football. I'm tipping Canada to go through and winning the group. Don't ask me why. There's no real football logic behind it, but I think they're gonna go all right. Home team, and you just never know in the World Cup. They could be one of the Smokies, as they say. Like saying a bit of a smoky, bit of an outsider. You never know. And Switzerland, I think, will join them. Bosnia, who knows? Qatar are no mugs either. But who knows what could happen in this group? People have said it's the most open group, the weakest group. Yeah, can see a reason for that. But for me, Canada will go through with Switzerland. Keep an eye on Bosnia, who could well be the one of the third place qualifiers. Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. Haiti are in the World Cup. I mean, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Haiti's in the World Cup. Look, Brazil, iconic with the World Cup. I think they're going to go through quite comfortably in this group. They're just a class nation when it comes to football. Quick question for everyone: if you're watching on YouTube, you can put the comment in YouTube, and if you're watching on Facebook, you can do it on there too. And if you're listening, just say it in your head. Iconic football strips. I was talking to someone the other day about the most iconic international strip. Now, there's a number. You've got the Italian, the blue and the white. You've got Germany with the white with the black shorts, and the Netherlands, who I'll talk about a bit, the bright orange and all this sort of stuff. Even the spewy, Australia kit, which is over my shoulder. Yeah, you probably see it. Yeah. There's been some iconic hits, but to me, it came down to Argentina and Brazil. The yellow shirts, the green bit there, the blue bit there, like the Brazilian, the one, and the light blue and the white stripes of Argentina. What's the most iconic for you out of those two? And I know there's others, but just out of you, put Argentina, put Brazil. Let me know which one you think. But I think Brazil are going to go through in this group. I think Morocco will join them. Sorry to all of my Scottish friends who have just, they've just unsubscribed from the channel. They've delisted me. I think it's going to come down to a game or two. I think so many of these groups, as they do, it's going to be a certain game that's going to decide who's going to jump into the next round. Might be an opportunity for a third place playoff. You never know. But Brazil and Morocco for me in Group C. See what I did there? Go figure. Another host, the USA, Paraguay, Australia. Whoa, there we go. Aussie, all that stuff. And Turkey. Interesting group. Now, maybe it was a little bit of naturalized. I'm an Aussie. Yeah, go team. I put it in second. Them and Paraguay, there's not going to be much in it. I don't think there'll be a lot of goals in this group. I think it'll probably be Group D will be the group with the least amount of goals in it, which probably means it will be the group with the most amount of goals in it. Yeah, but I don't know. Let's go with the least amount of goals. I'm saying the hosts are going to go through. I don't know. Pochettino, ex-Spurs guy. Does that mean a good thing, bad thing at the moment? Who knows with that as well. I think he'll home soil, like I said before with Canada. I think that'll get him over the line. I've got the Aussies cracking second spot. I think we're going to have to play a little bit better than we have done in the lead up. I think we're still moving around with that lineup. I'm not sure if we're all 100% of what's going on, but yeah, look, I'll put Australia to go through, and mate, again, keep Paraguay in your eyes open because of those third places as well. Group E, Group E, not groupies, not groupies. Tough group. I think this is the toughest group. I could be wrong. But look, Germany, again, iconic with the World Cup. Haven't been blazing away in Europe doing a whole heap, but they're a good side. They've got some good players there, and I think they'll do enough in this group. And I think they'll be joined by Ecuador. Ivory Coast have had a couple of decent running games, few lead-ups. They've actually gone all right, but I think Ecuador might be a bit too strong in this group. But again, it's a toughie. It's a toughie, but Germany and Ecuador in Group E for me. How many times can I say that? Not again. All right. Group F. Talked about the Netherlands before, that iconic orange kit. More and more players going to Tottenham too. Don't know if that's a good thing at the moment. But the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Look, for me, I think the Netherlands will get through, and I think they'll be relatively comfortable. Might be a couple of draws in there to get them over the line in the latter part. We know that Sweden, again, got the European culture, some good players in that side. Japan, we know, are really tough, and then Tunisia, probably no mugs either. So a bit of a tough group, Group F. But I think for me, I think it's the Netherlands. I think it's Sweden. I think Japan narrowly miss out. But again, I think I've said it for every group so far. Third places. Some of them are going through. Some aren't, but some are. Interesting to see what happens with that. G. Group G. Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Wow. Now, Piney is probably watching this now. Love you, Mr. Pine. He's probably unsubscribed as well because I put New Zealand to come last in the group. Love you, Piney. Love your work, mate. I just don't know. I just don't know. I put Belgium to go through, and I put Egypt to go with them on goal diff. It's going to be on goal difference because I think couldn't really split them. But I think Iran will probably may well get through. I think they might be one of the third place go-getters as well. Tough group for New Zealand. You're in the World Cup. You're playing 3 other quality sides, but yeah, I can't see them getting through. I hope they do, especially for you, Jason Pine. I love you, mate. But yeah, might be an early plane home for the New Zealanders. But anyway, let's move on with Group H. Spain, another iconic World Cup side. You think back to some of the classic Spanish players from over the years, and you look in most of the top leagues, especially in the Premier League, like those Spanish players are they're going all right, aren't they? They go all right. The Spanish, well, I've tipped them to win all 3 games in this, and I think Uruguay haven't. The Aussies got a bit of a history with Uruguay in the World Cup. I think that one, out of all of the groups, I'm the most confident about those top 2 teams. That'll probably mean they'll finish 3rd and 4th. So if you're on your sports bet, cancel out Spain, cancel out Uruguay. Spain, one of the favourites to win the World Cup. So I think they'll be pretty comfortable in this group, and I think Uruguay will join them. All right, where are we up to? We're almost at Z. Crazy times. Group I: France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. Interesting group. France are up there where, a lot of people have tipped them as being one of the favourites. Great World Cup heritage as well. Senegal, I'm a fan of, African football, like, Asian football, African football. You just don't know. You just don't know what's going on. Senegal have had some mixed results coming into the World Cup. I think they'll do enough. We know, well, it's one of those groups where you think it is going to come down to the last round just to be able to scrape through. I don't know. I think we'll go with France and Senegal. I think Norway will be very, very close. But again, it's going to be that 3rd game. It's going to be the last one in there that's going to get them all through. And, well, if you want to blame anyone, this was ChatGPT decided this one for me. So just saying, if it's wrong, it's not me. That probably goes for most of these things. Anyway, Group J. Wow. Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. It's got to be Argentina, surely. With that World Cup heritage, I'm sure they will win the group. And I think Austria will join them. A lot of A's in that group. 3 A's and a J. There you go. Yeah, I think Argentina will do it comfortably. Yeah, it depends. Again, it's that 2nd and 3rd team. In this case, Australia. Austria and Algeria probably come down to the game when they play each other. That we'll see who goes through. But I think Argentina do it quite comfortably in Group J. Group K. Wow, Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, very nice, and Colombia. Wow, tough group. Again, I keep saying tough group, but they all are, aren't they? I think Portugal will get through. I think they will lead the group. I tipped Colombia. I think this was a real tough one when it came down to it, when you looked at each individual game, but I think we haven't seen the last of Uzbekistan. But Portugal, yeah, some quality players there, a lot of history in that club, in that country as well. So look, let's go with Portugal, pair them up with Colombia. Let's see how we go. God, how many different groups are that? Group L. Well, important group. This one should probably show my true colours here. England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Sorry. Look, my heart, born in the country, it's coming home, all that stuff. England will go through. I think they'll win all 3 games. Probably means they'll lose all 3 games. Croatia, I think. Ghana goes well. I don't know. I didn't really check out Ghana too much. I don't know if they're as good. I know it wasn't that long ago that they were smashing it, weren't they? So, yeah, it could go either way. But look, once I got England on top, then that was it. Shut the door. All right, that gets us to the next round. Wow, look how many teams are in it. I think I'll probably disappear after this. Yeah, I'm gone. Round of 32. Look how many teams there are. So obviously there's some 3rd places in there as well. Let's have a bit of a run through what we decided. We got Mexico beating Switzerland. kind of go with that. Just seen a mistake on it because Australia's in here twice. I think it's meant to be. Yeah, it's not Australia beating Canada. Have to go check that one out. But you can see, I think there's a marquee game there, Brazil versus Australia. I don't know why Australia's in there twice. Let me go back and check all that one a little bit later. But yeah, I think it works out that Brazil will play Australia. What a cracker of a game that will be. Brazil versus Australia in the World Cup. A couple of other big games in there as well. I think that France-Croatia game, if that works out, that'll be pretty big. What else we got? The Netherlands, Ecuador, because Ecuador could cause a bit of an upset there. So watch out for that one. Presuming this is right now, because it's probably totally thrown my stats that it's put Australia in there twice. I've given them 2 goes. Well, they got knocked out in one. Maybe they're in the maybe they're in the next one. I don't know. Or did it kick them out? It probably, yeah, it corrected itself. So round of 16. Brazil to beat Mexico. That'll be a cracker of a game, won't it? Germany defeats Spain. Won't be happy Spanish if that occurs. France will beat Argentina. How would that go down? Well, England would defeat Portugal. What some cracking games these would be. Morocco would beat the Netherlands. That will be the upset of the tournament. Belgium to beat Canada. Croatia to beat Colombia. And Uruguay to defeat Senegal. What some cracking games. Can you imagine if in the round of 16 we get France, Argentina, Germany, Spain, Brazil, Mexico. I mean, some cracking games there and some upsets. There's always going to be an upset. It's one of those where you're going to get people who are going to tell you afterwards saying, "Oh, I told you that they were going to, I tipped that." So, yeah, no, you didn't. But anyway, let's see. Where do we go from this? Quarterfinals. Brazil to defeat Germany. Probably go with that. England to defeat France. Local derby. Can you have that in international? I think you can. Belgium to defeat Morocco and Croatia to beat Uruguay. Be some interesting games there. That England-France game would be an absolute cracker, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just? All right, where are we up to now? We've got to be semi-final time. England are going to beat Brazil. You can tell the theme of where this is going to go already, can't you? And that Belgium are going to beat Croatia. Not many people are going to tip this. I'm going to totally blame ChatGPT for a couple of those results. Plus, they're trying to put Australia in twice. You cheat. Adjust your settings. Third place playoff. Well, I think Brazil, if they're in the third place playoff, would beat Croatia. Sorry, Modric and the lads. I think Brazil would be too strong, which would lead us to the final. And, well, look, I've said it's coming home and I've said all that sort of stuff as well. England will win the final of the World Cup. Half the audience has already switched off. Oh, dear. England to beat Belgium 2-1. I've even got goal scorers for us. Golden ball, Bellingham. Golden boot, Harry Kane. Golden glove, Jordan Pickford. Well, that's a big call if ever I've seen one. So yeah, it's telling us now that England will win the World Cup. I'd be pretty happy if that was the case. I've got to tell you, I'd be pretty happy if it works out that England won the World Cup. Can I see it happening? No. Will I have a lazy few dollars on it? Well, yeah. I mean, how do you guys go? I mean, I know I talk to a lot of people who they're born in other countries, but now they live in this country, and they're like, I'm following both, and I find that really hard to do. I hope that the Socceroos do well, but if the Socceroos are playing England, I'm probably going to follow England. That's the country of my birth, right? It's where my football roots were established. So yeah, I'd probably have to go. Oh, I hope it doesn't happen because that would be better if it did, and I wouldn't have to choose. But how do you guys go? Put it in the comments. Are you able to follow 2 different teams when it comes to international football? Do you just have not country of my birth or where I'm living now and all that sort of? How do you do it? Put it in the comments. Let me know. I'm really, really interested to find out. So there's the very unorthodox, very all over the place. Thanks, GBT, for trying to sneak Australia in twice. You filthy cheat. Didn't work for you. I need to see which team missed out too. Controversy. Could be international dramas. I need to go find this out. But England will win the World Cup. There you go. You've heard it here first on Beyond the Yellow. Look, thanks for tuning in to the new episode, the first episode on the rebrand. There will be many, many, many stories, many, many different people coming your way very, very soon. And as I said, it won't just be Mariners content, but there will be Mariners content. There's going to be some really interesting people, from singers, entertainers to surgeons to food critics to all sorts of personalities. People who've got quite a story to tell about the journey of their life and how they got to this point. And yeah, we're going to cover it all. So stay tuned. Thanks so much for sticking with me right until the very end. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, now's a good time to do it. It is totally free. Click on the link, go onto YouTube, type in Beyond the Yellow, big button there, subscribe. I think if you have a Google account or whatever, and that makes it a lot easier for you, it'll cost you nothing. So you're not subscribing to anything bar just to say, yeah, I'm subscribed to the channel. That's all you need to do. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, on Beyond the Yellow. There's also Marty from BTY. The Beyond the Yellow channel will essentially have all the videos. So this one will be on it. Any lives that I do will be on the Beyond the Yellow channel. The Marty one will be just my general chit chat and the stupid memes and other bits and pieces that I do. So one will be for a lot more chatty stuff. One will be a lot more for the videos and the lives and stuff like that, which we will be doing. We'll be doing some lives this year as well, which will be very, very exciting, I'm sure. And look forward to bringing them to you as well. And yeah, if you're not following us yet on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, I think we're on there as well. All of the major podcast platforms, get in out, get it all done, and make sure you hit the notification bell, because that'll let you know when the new episode comes up. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm sure that there will be some new episodes coming away very shortly, and hopefully the Mariners podcast coming your way very soon with some news. Stay tuned on that one, fans. It will be okay, I am sure. Thanks for tuning in. That's been the show. Catch ya.